that.
Good morning, crumpet munchers, and welcome back to another day of talking the murder and deceit here at the Roundtable Talk, part of the Reality Realm Network. I am Kevin Oliver, one of your co-hosts, along here with my minions, the Traitor and the Faithful.
We don't know which one is which yet.
It's blatantly obvious.
I don't feel like it is.
Well,
you say your name though, possible traitor.
My name's Brett.
Great intro.
I'm still alive. If
I'm
you
British
watch Tribal
and I
Council
don't talk
chat.
much.
What'd you say, Bruce?
What did he say?
I said if you watch Tribal Council chat, I'm still alive.
Oh, for now. Till he kills me and gets caught. As for me, my name is Ferb. I'm British and I don't talk much.
And that's another reason why he's the traitor. Because he
My
lied.
name is Bruce Heller in real life. I am not a Phineas and Ferb character, unfortunately.
But if he was, he would not be Ferb anyway.
No, I'm not that quiet.
He'd be Doofenshmirtz.
No, our friend Caleb is Doofenshmirtz.
Well, Caleb doesn't exist within the Roundtable Talk universe.
Fair enough, but I feel like I'm annoying enough. I could pass as Irving.
That's fine. Hey, that's fine with me. You can be Irving.
One of those two. All right, who wants to walk us through the episode this week?
Well, I think it's kind of Brett's job now.
Okay. When he doesn't walk away for
when he doesn't
made it to
try to die and then
we're only at breakfast.
I didn't try to die. I'm not going to tell the audience what was going on.
No, I know. I just think it's funny that you came back expecting us to be all the way at Roundtable and we were at breakfast.
Yes, that was hilarious.
Yes.
All right, so we get the episode started with the week-long awaited face-to-face murder.
Yes, this was cool.
This was cool to see. I thought it was interesting how it actually ended up, and that it was very unpredictable, unlike what we talked about last week.
And I'm pretty sure we were all wrong.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be Tom, and it wasn't.
And I thought it was going to be Dylan.
As did I.
And I was a lot close. Me and Brett were a lot closer than you.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, we were all wrong. None of us were right.
Oh, yeah, but they didn't ever really consider Tom.
Well, so?
They really did consider Dylan, and he was one of the final two.
Either way, I'm choosing to focus on we were all wrong. I'm not going to look at the variations of wrong because that doesn't benefit me.
Exactly. Yes, this was a lot of fun, though. The suspense of everybody, waiting for their fate and seeing as Danielle brings her cloak down and hands her this piece of paper with like the most couldn't give an F expression on her face ever.
Mm-hmm.
I love too how Danielle removed her cloak hood down first, because I think at this point a decent number of people that are on their way out think that Danielle is a possible traitor. When Carolyn does it right after, it's just a complete shock factor.
Oh yeah,
it's great.
It needed to happen one at a time.
Yeah.
The setup in the church was really creepy, by the way.
Yeah, that was
kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't know that I would want to be standing in that room.
Wow, breaking news. Kevin doesn't want to be in the murder room. That is just shocking.
Hey, as long as I have a shield, I guess.
Fair
but
enough.
The shield went home.
Yeah, the shield did go home, but that would have been very fascinating if somebody had a shield and the traitors were still there. I don't know how they would have played that.
Yeah.
Production probably wouldn't have let that happen. I don't know.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, imagine a situation where it would be like the Traitors reveal themselves and you pull out a shield, and then they're like, now we need to recruit this guy.
My guess is the person with the shield just wouldn't have to go to the church.
No, that's the thing. You're right, Bruce, because when I say shield went home, now that I think about it, that was the end of the episode.
Yeah.
The people who had shields didn't even get any face-to-face with anybody.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm right again.
And they did that in a challenge too, where everybody knew who completed it and who didn't.
And then they reminded everybody these are the people who are going to be up for murder. And it was all wide open.
Miss from production. Then they could have had a situation where the Traitors walk in to face murder their victim, and their victim is already gone to bed back in the castle.
That would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
They walk down and they like tap somebody on the shoulder. They turn around. It's just Allan.
Yeah, exactly.
That would have been great. Or even better, it's just Fergus.
Yeah.
But I want to mention here, I was actually impressed by somebody that doesn't get any mention here at the beginning here, and that was Sam Asghari.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I have a note about him at breakfast.
Yeah. Which breakfast kind of was the first thing.
Yeah, really. True, because they set it up and then they don't really tell you who the face-to-face murderer is. We see it after.
Yeah. Sam's whole like, ask everyone who was there what Allan was wearing, and if someone has a different story, that's the traitor.
And then Tom screwed it up.
I literally watched this and I'm just like, is Sam about to win the show?
That was really smart.
It was.
I was rather impressed.
Carolyn, like, not knowing how to answer, but just being like maximum Carolyn about it to where no one even questioned it was great.
Yeah.
Well, Tom screwed it up there in that moment anyway. He saved the day for her.
Yeah. Well, he does that.
They asked the question and he answered it. Even though he knew that they wanted to hear her answer.
Even if he hadn't done that, though, I feel like she was just so Carolyn about how she answered it. People wouldn't have questioned it right away.
I don't know. I really think that would have been very telling. Or at least it would start getting people on that track.
Which I'm going to say is smart from Tom, believe it or not. And here's why. I think Tom might have actually known that she doesn't really know what's going on here. But by him interrupting it in the end, he can try to go as far in this game as possible with Carolyn, cut her right at the end, and win the whole thing himself.
If Tom Sandoval knows that Carolyn is a traitor, Bruce will do a backflip when this season comes to an end.
I don't think Tom knows anything other than how to be an awesome rock star singer in this show.
But no, because Tom was really going after Boston Rob last episode.
Carolyn's still my
after
favorite,
Derek already had, though.
Oh yeah, but Derek's dead. That's irrelevant.
Yeah.
At that point, Derek's done.
Carolyn is still my favorite.
Tom had an original thought in this game that wasn't just a random theory in one scene.
Okay, and you could say that about 95% of this cast.
Fair enough. I still think Tom doesn't really know what's happening.
Well, neither would you. So,
Tom's an awesome singer, though. We'll get to that.
Tom is a something singer. That's for sure.
That was the highlight of the episode for me. Was the mission actually?
It was for once. It was incredible. I agree.
It was so funny.
What were you saying though, Brett?
I was just saying, Carolyn, I still think is the favorite, but Tom's quickly going up to my ranks as like a dark horse to win this show. At the beginning, I thought I would have had no chance of seeing.
I think that there is almost a zero chance that we don't see Tom in the finale.
Yeah.
I'm very confident with that.
Yeah.
Whether he wins,
And we don't even know what the finale is going to look like anymore because Allan seems to have hinted that it's different this year.
Well, I think the only real difference from what I can tell is the fact that once they vote somebody out at the Fire of Truth or whatever it's called, they don't announce what they were. That's really sense. The only difference, because then that requires people to trust their guts more than just be like, oh, they were a faithful. That means there's still a traitor here.
Yeah.
Which I think is what it should have been the whole time anyway.
That would make a lot of sense. I agree.
Which is why Kate got screwed over, if we're really being honest, in season 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
She might have actually had a chance had they not known. Even at I would say even at the final banishment of the season, if they don't say anything there, if they didn't know Sandra was a faithful, then Kate might have been able to go home with the 250.
True.
Agreed.
Yeah. So, that's just my opinion on the whole thing. I think Sandoval is set up very well to make a deep run. Whether he wins or not is, in my opinion, going to come down to whether they can find all of the traitors or not.
I do have another Tom note from breakfast. After Allan comes in and gives his mission hint and tells everyone to be a doll, and everyone's focusing on the term be a doll, and Tom repeats back to himself, do it quickly. And because he thought do it quickly was the hint, and everyone had to be like, Tom, doll is the hint, not quickly. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Definitely. Also, once they found out that Chriselle was the murderer, because I don't think we've actually said that. Chriselle was the one who was murdered. Okay.
Whoa!
Yeah, crazy stuff.
Yep.
Anyway, once they found that out, Allan did have another clever quip here. He said, the sunset has gone down on Chriselle or whatever because she's from the show Selling Sunset.
Yeah.
How do you sell sunset? Do you just hold out a bottle and the sun goes into it?
Bruce,
Bruce,
we all know you're not that literal, so stop acting like it. But also, I do want to mention while we're on Chriselle that she had quite the reaction to being murdered.
Yeah.
And I was kind of shocked that they even gave her a reason why.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
That's a good point.
That she was too faithful.
But I mean, at this point, she is already completely out of the game and can't talk to any of the players. So.
Right. I just didn't know what production type rules would be around that.
Yeah. I don't think that they probably interfered with it either way.
That's fair.
Probably.
I was just thinking nobody else gets to know why they were killed, so why does she? But
because no one else got killed in person?
Yet.
Well, yes.
Fair.
Someone will next season.
And they'll know why.
I hope
Nobody else before them will.
Yep.
I also want to say before we get any further, Derek and Rob talking about everything on the Peacock YouTube channel for their 9-minute video or whatever this last week was incredible.
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they were very much just game respects game. They both understood, no hard feelings. I mean, they were very professional about it because they're two of the best at their respective games, and they understand that. And it was entertaining to watch.
For sure.
This show is good at getting the best of their games to come play.
Yeah, Bob Harper, the best of Biggest Loser.
Yep.
My favorite Bob on this season.
How dare you say such vile things about Bob the Drag Queen?
You guys do
I didn't
realize
say
that
anything about him. I said Bob Harper. I was lifting Bob Harper up.
And you do realize that the first episode you were hating on Bob Harper so hard?
I was mad at him because he got Tony sent home in the second or third episode.
you both realize that in the English language, Bob is a short form for the name Robert, so therefore Bob also applies to Rob Mariano.
But nobody calls him Bob. He's not a part of this. He's
Boston
not part of the
Bob?
Council of Bobs.
Boston Bob.
Bobbert. I'll be right back. You guys keep talking. I'm going to open up a door real quick.
So,
There, go lay down on the couch if you want to. Quit scratching at the door.
Poor Mercy.
yeah.
I'm in my recording room and I had the door closed, but she's like all over the room and started scratching at the door.
Why
So
do you
I
have the
opened
door
so
closed?
she can come and go as she pleases?
Why do you have the door closed? You're alone.
I don't know. It's just habit.
Why is that a habit? You're alone.
I don't know. Why are you interrogating me? You're not a cop.
Well, I tried to be one.
Bruce, follow Eliza on YouTube. Don't talk to the police.
That's why they don't follow Eliza on or Instagram. Not that reason specifically, just in general. Where are we at in the episode?
Well,
We are getting into the mission.
yeah, we just left the murder / breakfast. We have not moved very far.
Okay.
Okay, mission time if nobody has anything in between.
No one has
this is my
anything in
next
between,
note.
but Bruce, don't blame us for not moving very far. You only moved for about 18 seconds. I was gone for 25 minutes and you still didn't get past breakfast.
Was it 25 minutes? Was it that long?
I'm not surprised.
It felt like 10 minutes.
I'll
And I
watch on
wasn't
my-
blaming you guys. I was just trying to get back on track.
Fair. All right, let's get
And
into
that
the mission.
never happens. So that
25
saves.
minutes and you and I got to breakfast. Oh my gosh.
Let's get into the mission.
Bruce, are you really surprised?
I'm impressed, honestly.
Well, I'm impressive. So, okay, mission.
This looked a lot harder than it turned out to be. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Funniest mission of the season so far.
Yes.
Yeah, it was kind of like the bird call episode last
Yeah.
season, which was my favorite mission last season because CT was absolute gold then. And Tom was absolute gold now.
Yeah.
And so basically they had to listen in reverse to these nursery rhymes or what they hope is a nursery rhyme and then sung from a doll and then convey it over the phone to the other half of them. And then they have to sing it into a music box, basically, which spits back out a nursery rhyme correct.
That seems unsanitary.
Well, lots of things seem unsanitary here. Did you not watch last week's episode? And then they have to call the dollhouse people back, and then they have to go find the doll that correlates with that name and set it in the chair. And each one was worth $5,000. And Tom Sandoval thinks he knows how to sing.
Yeah.
He didn't really know how to sing, but he knew how to win money. That's what matters.
To be fair, they were singing it they were trying to sing it backwards. I don't think any of us would be great at that.
Yeah.
What, are you doubting my musical abilities?
Yes.
Sir, I was in choir for 7 years.
Okay, let's make me not the only one who's had to sing on the Reality Realm Podcast Network.
I'm good. I didn't lose a bet.
Yet. Ugh.
But
No, Tom was fantastic. Everyone's reactions to Tom were funny.
we're
We got a
hilarious.
little bit of Ivar's singing, relaying the messages to Tom.
And it sounded like a bunch of gibberish.
Because it was.
Yes, it was. But
I
also,
found it ended up being easier because they just had to almost figure out the tune as opposed to like be able to make out every single word. Which is when Allan explained it, I'm like, this is going to be impossible.
But
and
also,
then it turned out to not be.
In a 30-minute challenge, they didn't even really start until 15 minutes in because they were all trying to find a shield that they were really struggling to do.
Yep. Which Sierra eventually finds outside the building.
With like 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
guys, he never said that the shield was inside the room.
Correct. But they still got all 4 of the songs, and once again, it was a buzzer beater finish. Surprise, surprise! We get our full amount of money at the end. Do you have anything to speak on this challenge outside of that? Either of you?
Fantastic challenge.
Yeah, it was entertaining.
Man, Bruce, I couldn't tell that you enjoyed this challenge so much. I think you better tell us again.
No. I have spoken.
The traitor has spoken.
The traitor has spoken.
I have spoken. One of you guys might be the traitor.
I'm the host, man.
You poisoned yourself and came back.
I had a shield.
Yeah, so you poisoned yourself knowing you had a shield, so to take the heat off of you.
You poisoned me knowing I had a shield.
No, you poisoned yourself so no one would look at you. I see through your lies.
Allan Cumming does not play the traitors.
Allan Cumming doesn't get a shield, but you had one of those too. What are we doing here?
I am making my own rules.
None of us are playing the traitors. We're just podcasting on it.
And we're doing a great job of that, by the way.
Yep.
We're doing something, that's for sure.
So, after they get their money and head back, we start to see a bit of discussion of how Roundtable's going to go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a couple of major camps here. Of course, the first one is first introduced to us by Sam, explaining that he wants to circle back to the coffin theory. I'm just going to say, not to toot my own horn, I predicted that was going to happen.
Yeah.
At the end of last episode. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
But he wanted to go back to the coffin theory and this idea that a traitor was in a coffin, and we know that the other 2 coffins were faithfuls, as Jeremy was murdered, Nikki was banished. That leaves Sierra as the only option. And so that's kind of the major case that people are making.
Which they all thought was good evidence. I was like, why would there have to be a traitor in there?
Because of the exact reason that the traitors chose not to put a traitor in there.
Yeah.
Because they knew everybody was going to think this.
Yeah.
But it's such a dumb thought.
It's like 4D chess.
Why is that what everyone jumps to, though? It doesn't make sense.
I don't know that it... I wouldn't say it doesn't make sense.
I wouldn't say it.
I understand the viewpoint of putting a traitor in there as this line of thought of traitors wouldn't go in there and the fact that somebody's in there shows basically makes them an obvious faithful, because that's what some people are going to think. But then other people are going to think, oh, a traitor's putting themselves in there to make themselves look faithful, which is where Sam Asghari is now. And so that is why the traitors decided, let's not, because they're going to think that they are. It's a whole thing, man. It's like the domino effect.
Either one could happen.
Thinking's hard.
Yeah. Especially when there's more than one option.
Yeah. We also learned that Carolyn wants Brittany banished because if Brittany is banished, Danielle will be more loyal to her, which is kind of
valid.
smart.
Yeah.
And Brittany was another point of contention here because of the heat Derek and Rob had both put on her.
Yeah.
So far.
And that's what Dylan says. Dylan wants to go for her also because Derek said she was a traitor.
Yeah. Also, I do want to mention that Brittany's confessionals back during the challenge, when Tom was singing, oh man, that was so good. I literally just have in my notes, I have memories of Tom singing because that's what she was talking about. How she's just gonna have these memories of Tom singing.
That was great.
Her confessionals for like 3 or 4 episodes now have all just been incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's her thing. That's what she's been known for years.
Yeah. They were great on Amazing Race too.
And Big Brother. I mean, it's all the way around.
And Big Brother Rudolph's Reindeer Games.
Yeah. She's a pro.
A+.
And was there really any other names that were even brought up for banishment?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
And so, really. I mean, yeah, it was the odds were kind of stacked against Sierra from the start.
Yep.
I think.
And that's what usually happens in a week where the vote is pretty much unanimous.
I do have, other than the unanimous vote, a funny moment from Roundtable. Once again, our friend Tom Sandoval bringing the entertainment.
This was great.
Saying that women are known as better cheaters, saying cheaters instead of traitors. He meant to say traitors, he claims.
He did not mean to say traitors. He wanted
not just the women, everybody lost it.
Yeah.
Just he wanted of all people to make that mistake. Is fantastic.
He wanted the Twitter and the Instagram content for the episode.
I mean, really, it makes it, and it's not going to hurt Tom Sandoval's reputation. For him to make that comment because everybody already hates him, and so it really makes me think of the kind of concept that Johnny Bananas talks about all the time is that he's not even there anymore just to win, but to make their TV and to get the eyes on him. Tom Sandoval, this was going to get the eyes on Tom.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. If Tom is like this, like kind of clueless, for lack of a better term, all the time, I want more of him on my screen. He's hilarious. I love this.
All right. Go watch Vanderpump Rules, and
I don't need it that much.
And get ready for this show to be canceled now that you just said you want Tom on our screen more.
If he's this clueless all the time I do, he's hysterical. Between the breakfast thing and the singing and accidentally saying cheaters instead of traitors, it's all fantastic.
It is, but he doesn't normally play a social strategic game. So there's no point for him to be this clueless and like a bumbling idiot as much.
Well, I'm clueless all the time, and I'm not playing social strategy games either.
No, but you're like obsessed with them.
Yeah, but I'm still clueless either way.
That's true. But
of course it is. I said it.
Yeah, okay. Says the clueless one. But
don't point out when I contradict myself.
I just did. Tom Sandoval saying that here was absolutely both jaw-dropping and the most Tom Sandoval thing I've ever heard at the same time.
I'll be right back. Keep talking.
Okay. But the thing is that even though he did that, that's not going to hurt his value here at all.
Not at all.
Not in the least. Because I mean, everybody already hates him. It's not like it's not like they necessarily want him around. He's just not a threat.
Yeah, no question.
And so,
not everyone. I don't hate him.
Yes, we know, but you're also
you guys don't seem to either.
You're also the self-proclaimed clueless one. So
I think what Kevin is intending to say is the cast and the people that he has appeared on television with in the Bravo universe.
Yes,
not necessarily the audience.
Say and what I hear are different things usually.
That is very true. He likes to put words into my mouth.
No, well, I just take what you say too literally. This is Arby's all over again. We don't need to get into that story on the air. I'll tell it to Brett once we're done.
You two must be friends together like me and my friend, but I won't repeat everything he puts in my mouth because we'll start getting political comments all day long.
I don't put words
and then we really will be canceled.
I just take the words he says literally when they're not meant that way.
That's true. You do that a lot.
But I've never put words in your mouth. It's always things that you said.
It's okay. I would not say you've never put words in my mouth.
Okay, I do it all the time on Pit Stop Pals, but in real life.
That is a strong leap.
To what?
I said that's a strong leap to say that you've never put words in my mouth.
Excluding Pit Stop Pals, it's very...
That is literally like 50% of our conversations, at least in person.
It's usually things that you've said. I'm just taking too literally to mess with you and annoy you.
But I promise you that sometime in the time I've known you, you've put words in my mouth.
Fair enough, but usually it's like this when you said everybody hates Tom. And I'm like, not everybody. Knowing what you meant, but taking it too literally anyway.
Yeah, because
I'm delightful.
You're something.
Delightful.
I don't know if that's the word I'd use.
Where were we?
Well, we were at Tom Sandoval.
I'm pretty sure at this point we can just go onto the turret because we already know, like I've already said, that it was a unanimous decision. So the audience already knows Sierra's gone. What else is there to say?
With the shield.
Exactly. That's the last real point, is that Sierra left with the shield. So if the traitors decide to murder somebody, they have free reign over every faithful left.
But here we are back in the turret. We find out...
Real quick, 2 notes after a round table before the turret from the guys hanging out in like the armor bookcase room.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Sam trying on the helmet would absolutely be me. And I love how like randomly fascinated Ivar is with the bookcase room and its existence.
When Sam tried on the helmet, I said there it was Sam instead of Tony, but Bruce got what he wanted.
Also, Ivar is just so randomly fascinated with this room, and I don't know why. It's hilarious.
The fact that they were back in that room, the fact that it's them, it's like, yeah, whatever, because they're like the most faithful of faithfuls. But if it was literally anybody else, that would have been the most sketchy thing ever.
Yeah. Yet, meanwhile, the 2 traitors are sitting in the bar right outside of that room.
Talking about what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
When they all come out. Fantastic scene.
That was a close call. Great scene. You're right. But like we were getting ready to say before Bruce kindly interrupted to give us those fantastic points. They're in the turret. Allan lets us know that they have the option to either murder or recruit. And they are butting heads again, even though they just agreed to start working together. Because Carolyn wants to murder, Danielle wants to recruit. and that's how they leave us.
So I've got a lot of thoughts on this.
Yeah, go for it.
Because here's my take. Adding Brittany to the traitors, if you're just looking at traitor A, traitor B, I'm not going to put in any generic season, is the right move to make here. They all know that the girls are there has to be a female traitor in the turret somewhere because we've got rid of 2 men in Bob and Rob. So adding Brittany, ideally Brittany gets banished next, and then you can go there. She was the traitor. we're lowering the numbers, we're playing correctly, they can pass it off and win the whole game. But, and there's a big but to this, if you're Carolyn and we actually attach the names Carolyn and Danielle into the Traitors cloaks and not just generic Traitor A and Traitor B, if you're Carolyn, you don't want to do this because Danielle and Brittany will do what Bob did or what Rob did to Bob right back to you. So Carolyn is 100% right here to stand her ground and not want to make what should be the most obvious move because it's Danielle and Brittany who will team up to get rid of her.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I completely agree that that for Carolyn, this is a terrible move.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I'm not even sure at any point whether Brittany would actually accept the invite at this point. Just because if I'm Brittany, I see the writing on the wall here of what the move could so easily be and could cost me the game.
Yeah.
If I accept that invite. Because if I'm Brittany and I know that there is at least a female traitor left, I'm a female that I know is not a traitor.
Kevin's a female.
I knew you were going to say that. and that takes the percentage of possibilities down extremely just right there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's the right move for Brittany. I don't think it's the right move for Carolyn. And I'm not sure that as contentious as this whole season's shirt's been, I don't even know if it's the right move for Danielle, but just because there's been so much clashing here.
Yeah.
Just let's get it done. Let's.
Yeah.
I don't think recruit is the way to go here.
Well,
I'd agree.
Danielle said two names. She said, let me find it. She said Brittany and Gabby. Why can't they do Gabby? Why are you going to give two? I'm confused by Danielle giving two names and then digging her heels in, insisting on one of them. Just go
Probably
with the other
Carolyn
name you
wanted
said.
the other one.
What?
Probably because Carolyn wanted the other one.
Well, because those were the options she was given.
Carolyn's going to take Gabby out of anybody in the house.
Then why offer it?
Because
Danielle's who said Gabby or Brittany. Carolyn never put Gabby up first.
Right. But that's just the truth of it. I think that Danielle was trying to make it look like she was giving an option, and then she was going to try to strong arm her way in, like Boston Rob's been doing all season long.
And like Bob the drag queen did before him.
Correct.
But I think they should just split the difference. Neither one of them gets their top ally, and they seduce Tom to the turret.
That would be terrible.
Yeah.
For everybody involved, including us.
It'd be good TV.
No, I think that he would not be his happy-go-lucky, goofy self anymore.
Yeah.
Goofy's a better word than clueless, actually.
What?
I used the word clueless to describe him earlier. Goofy works a lot better.
Yeah. I think that it would be very Kate Chastain-esque if he got into the turret. Kate Chastain was a terrible TV character as a traitor.
Yeah.
Fair.
Incredible TV as a faithful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really think that would be what would happen to Tom.
Makes sense.
They would never want Tom there anyway, though, so it's a moot argument.
Nobody wants Tom anywhere.
Well, poor Tom.
I mean, he kind of dug himself in this hole. I wouldn't say poor Tom.
Okay. Tom deserves everything awful ever, then.
I wouldn't say that either, because I don't think that anybody deserves everything awful ever.
I know. Tom is who he is.
And this was Bruce trying to put words into my mouth again, because I never
said time for everything.
Because I never said that or anything close to that. And Bruce still tried to say I did, so it wasn't him taking what I said literally.
There's a first time for everything.
And this is not it. Okay. all of that to say, is there any other points from this episode that either of you guys wanted to discuss?
No.
Okay.
So what's everyone's first prediction on what's going to happen in the turret?
I think that what's going to happen in the turret is going to be a murder.
I agree.
I feel like they're going to seduce someone. I don't know who, but...
Nope, you got to tell us who. We're going to tell you who.
I don't.
We're going to tell you who we think is going to get murdered, so you got to tell us who you're going to...
Okay, I'm going to say Gabby then, because Danielle put it out there. She's okay with it on some level. Just go with it.
Okay.
She wants to seduce that badly. There you go.
Brett, who do you think is going to get murdered?
Sam.
That's good.
I don't think they're going to murder a woman because they need to keep as many female targets for banishment as there are.
I would agree with that. I'm going to go with Ivar.
I can see that too.
And what about banishment, guys?
Brittany.
Yeah.
I think it's time.
I think Boston Rob's going to get banished again.
You mean Boston Bob?
Bobbert. Nice going. You killed Brett.
No, you're the traitor. Duh.
No, I'm not. That has not been proven.
You're wearing a cloak.
So this could be to psych you out. Haven't you heard of cosplay?
I mean, you're the only one here that owns a cloak.
Yeah, because you said you were going to order one and didn't.
Yeah, I can't be a traitor without a cloak.
I mean, you...
No, I couldn't.
Faithfuls don't see the traitors wearing their cloaks in the castle. You guys seeing me wear this means this is just a costume.
No, not necessarily.
Well, I haven't been banished from the podcast yet, so...
Yeah, probably because we're trying to take you to the finale so that we can win. Me and Brett got this already planned out.
But if you think I'm a traitor and you take me to the finale and you're right, then I get all the money. Why would you take a traitor to the finale if you think he's a traitor?
Do you not understand how this game works?
Yeah, you're supposed to eliminate the traitors. That's the whole point.
No. The best strategy to win this game is to find a traitor and ride with them to the very end.
Yeah.
And then vote them out at the fire of truth.
And that is why I think that Tom might do that to Carolyn.
I'm not sure that Tom...
Nobody in that castle knows Carolyn's a traitor. Tom certainly doesn't.
Danielle knows that Carolyn's a traitor.
Well, yeah.
I think Sam might have identified Carolyn's to everybody.
Allan knows that Carolyn's a traitor.
Allan knows everything about this show.
Exactly. Bruce said nobody in the castle knows.
He gets to decide.
Exactly.
Fair enough. And he does a good job deciding.
Yeah.
Who do you guys think is going to win the game?
I hope it's Tom.
That's not what I said. I said, who do you think, not who do you want?
And
I still think Carolyn is the most likely.
I think, okay, yeah. So do what we did last week. Give me a most likely and a dark horse.
Carolyn and Tom.
Okay. Bruce?
In that order.
Carolyn, Brittany, and Tom.
That's 3, Bruce.
What's Brittany?
In the middle.
That's not an option.
I thought we said that Brittany was getting banished already.
I forgot about that. Never mind. Carolyn and Tom.
Okay. I'm going to go Carolyn is my most likely. And my dark horse is going to Dylan.
Wrong.
Why?
Because you said it.
I can see that.
And there's a first time for everything.
Yeah, I could definitely see that as well.
Yeah. Well, for the longest time, I was on this thing where Dylan is too faithful to win this game, but so is Ivar and so is Sam, and we're down to the final 9, and all 3 of them are still left. Yeah. There's only so many murders that can happen. One of the guys is going to be in the finale. It's whether they can pick up on who the traitor is.
Exactly.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, so this was a great episode. I cannot wait for the next one. That was episode 8, so we are down to 3 more regular episodes of the finale. 3 more weeks.
This
season
quickly.
flew by.
It was quick.
But that means if we do 3 weeks reunion, hey, we're going to get done the season while I'm still in the country. So perfect timing.
Yeah. Because Brett thinks he has to travel or something.
I mean, like I said to you before we started, there is snow higher than an NBA hoop in my front yard.
Hey, sounds like you get a good reason for you to extend your trip just a few extra days and go to Chicago.
Yeah, that would be nice. I wish I could get time off of my job. But I wish that if they would have announced that before, I probably would have tried to do it.
Right.
In fact, I would have tried to do a 2-in-1 and go from San Juan to Detroit to Chicago.
Ooh, fancy, Mr. Travel.
Well, Michelle and Devin are doing a live event in Detroit 2 days before.
Nice.
That's pretty neat.
So shout out to anyone in Chicago. Bruce and Kevin will be at Bryson Wen Presents.
Yes, April 2nd.
April 2nd, if you're going to be there.
Come find us in the corner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Should be a great event as always.
Absolutely.
And on that note, this week we'll be recording a fantasy draft for Tribal Council Chat, season 48.
And I'm going to do what the Chiefs couldn't.
Kevin's going to try to three-peat his title. We're bringing in 2 new teams to give some more competition.
They're afraid of me.
Yeah, he won twice in a row, and we just so happened to change the entire way it works. So,
I mean, it's similar enough.
Well, yeah. Someone insisted on the scoring system changing, so that's different too.
That's true. That was me. I'll admit that.
I don't know if he's next to me on your all screens too, but I'm pointing at Kevin.
You're pointing at Brett on my screen.
Yeah, on my screen too.
Oh. On mine, it's a triangle, and me and Kevin are on top, and Brett's on the bottom. Luckily, YouTube sees my screen. So
I suggested that we change it. I wasn't demanding it.
No, Kevin
I was a little more forceful.
Yeah, he refused to do it the old way.
But Brett agreed with me. We just hadn't talked about how we were going to change it.
I didn't. Yeah. This isn't for this show. I didn't mind the scoring. That's all.
I said Brett agreed with me.
Oh, I thought you said both of you.
No, Brett agreed with me.
Anyway, that's another episode. We will see you guys next week for episode 9 of Roundtable Chat.
Check out Roundtable Talk, Tribal Council Chat, New Generation Challenge podcast. Yep. Check out our Redbubble store. And Bruce?
And we just, at New Generation Challenge podcast, posted a first All-Stars 5 reaction today.
Ooh.
Nice. And with all that being said, don't let Brett and or Kevin murder you.